Hello there, gamer, gaming here, or whatever my name is. You wanted a rocket tutorial? Here's one. This is the simplest rocket I could think of. Technically the simplest one I built to date, at least. It's functional, it can get you to space, it can be used in space, it doesn't have a weapon on it, but that's a part you come in. You will use this as a base plate, and I mean, I hope you will use it as a base plate, and I hope you will be successful in your mission and get into space and do whatever you want up there. Honestly, I just go to space to chill. And here's how it works. This has a mini thruster inside of it. There are RCSs around the main body and some at the tail section. The tail section ones are for rotational forces. The main body ones are for turning. So you see how I'm turning that way? Then, there, fixed. Of course, you do need a space brake for this. And if you don't want to use a space brake, or you sadly don't have one, either get one or add a reverse thruster and a smoke part, so you can at least cancel out the forces you use to propel yourself into space. Now you might be thinking, well, okay, this is horrible, this is simple, why isn't it like huge, why isn't it like the V2 rocket bomb? Because I mean, you don't need a V2 rocket bomb, you don't need a Saturn V, you don't even need a space shuttle, you need your imagination, you need to learn to do some things yourself, and this design will, I hope, help you to be creative, I guess. I mean, this is the simple design I suggest you use to get into space, because it doesn't use hover thrusters, and it does basically have whatever you want, or whatever you're gonna need. And now that I did show you that it does work, I'll show you how to build it in detail. First off, this will be here because reasons. Okay, first you start with ballast blocks. Got it? Then you place RCS like this. This is the first, I would say, layer, but I mean they're on the same layer, so just the first RCSs you place. Then parts. Now, I hope you guys do know, but the material doesn't affect the weight, at least as far as I know. And I did play this like at least like 4 months. But hey, this is my YouTube channel, and you're watching my video, so trust me when I say you can use whatever material you want. So let's say metal. Then you place it like this in a column. It can be taller. It can be. I think it can be taller. I'm not sure how it will affect, well, the turning. I'm guessing it won't. And to prove the point, just there. It's taller now. Place it like this. And this is, oh yeah. This will be basically the main body of the rocket. This is the naked body of the rocket. Of course, without the RCSs it would be naked. Then you place RCSs at the top. You have to place them on the top so you can aim your spaceship. If it's in the middle, your whole spaceship will move. And you don't want that because you do have a small thruster, mini rocket thruster to move. You place it like this. And that's basically it. That's basically everything you need to get into space. Now, to be in space, I suggest you put your space brake here. You don't have to configure its keybind because you won't need the G for anything. Then you have to, I'm gonna explain this with paint again. Configure all the thrusters that are the same color need to be set to the same keybind. I hope you did notice that how all the top ones are unique. That's because if two of them are active, it will be harder for you to control the spaceship. So, for example, this one will be this, and this. This does the, I mean, I already told you, aiming. This is basically the aiming part of the rocket ship, because I use the design of rocket ships, at least I follow the principle of designing a rocket ship, that uses its main thruster that is used to get into space as the main source of propulsion, to avoid any unnecessary weight or budget costs. Then, again, as said, you just have to do this. There. That's basically a rocket trip. It should work. Maybe the extra weight will interfere with ease of flight, but yeah, again, it's a bit taller, so it is a bit heavier. Duh. But it shouldn't interfere too much. As you can see, we're tilting. So you just do this, and voila, fixed. Or if you're really fancy, you can go like this. As if this game does go by realistic standards of gravity, spinning should make you more, well, efficient at aiming, I think. Wrong. I'm using wrong words to explain this, so I do apologize, but hey, it's a rocket ship. It works, it flies. The basic principle is you have to have something heavy at the bottom so your rocket ship doesn't start spinning, and so the bottom part is always at the bottom. In space it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna avoid that part. Okay, so you're in space and you're spinning. What do? That's it. You want to go somewhere, you just have to do this. Of course, this is space, so you have to cancel out the thing, so you can't just hold. You have to press light, you just have to some light taps, and that's it. And I do suggest you don't turn off your space brake, because otherwise you will go really fast in space, and you do not want to do that. So yeah, that was my tutorial. There's nothing much to it. It's fairly simple, doesn't need much, but for everybody who doesn't have a mini rocket thruster, I'm fairly certain a normal rocket thruster should do the trick. And to prove a point, I'm gonna test it out. Yeah, as said, it functions. I do suggest you use a mini rocket thruster because, well, I mean, less force, that means it's easier to control and easier to calibrate your controls too. But you do you, pal. And that was it. That's the tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.
Spring is here, a suffering is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park.